Good evening on this Friday evening from the IndianaWeatherOnline.com Weather Center. I'm Brandon Redmond bringing you this video update as we're tracking several winter storms and bitterly cold temperatures that are going to impact Indiana and Ohio over the course of the next 7 to 10 days. The first weather system begins tomorrow, and for that reason we do have winter weather advisories that have been issued for much of Indiana and Ohio. The National Weather Service offices out of Paducah, Louisville, and Wilmington, Ohio have issued winter weather advisories for all of their area. And it looks like we'll see snow beginning tomorrow during the day. These winter weather advisories are in effect until 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, and they include places like Richmond, Connersville, over towards the Greenville, Eaton areas, down towards Louisville and Evansville. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if we see those winter weather advisories extended up here into central Indiana over the next several hours, as the snow system definitely tends to be tracking farther north and will impact much of central Indiana. Taking a look at the current radar situation, we have some heavy snowfall developing across southern Missouri into portions of northern Arkansas. Also snowfall developing into portions of northeastern Oklahoma and southwestern Kansas. This snow system has definitely overachieved so far, with heavy snowfall amounts ranging from 3 to 4, possibly even 5 inches down here, where we're getting reports of 5 inches out of eastern Oklahoma and western Arkansas. This whole band is moving to the northeast, and I think we'll see heavy snow basically developing along these areas through the course of the next 4 to 6 hours, and eventually moving into Indiana by about 5 to 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. It looks like the areas I have outlined here in white will see anywhere between 2 to 4 inches, maybe even 5 inches of snowfall as this band moves to the northeast. A lot of lift with this system, a lot of banding, so definitely potential for some moderate to heavy snowfall as we head into the day on Saturday. Taking a look at our GFS forecast model, this is 6-hour snowfall totals for Saturday morning. You can see pretty much just what I just said. We're looking at those heavier snowfall totals right along central and southern Indiana. This green here is anywhere between 2 to 3 inches of snow in a 6-hour period. As we go into Saturday afternoon, you can see some of these same areas are still getting snowfall. That heavy band continues across central Indiana into western and northwestern Ohio, and we could see some pretty good snowfall rates during the day. Total snowfall accumulations, this is my forecast map, and it does look like 2 to 4 inches of snow for much of Indiana into northwestern Ohio. I would not be surprised if we see some isolated higher amounts, but of course we'll keep you posted on that during the overnight hours and during the day tomorrow as we get a better handle on this system. Looking ahead to Monday and Tuesday, yet another storm system begins to impact the region. This one does look a little bit stronger, also a better connection to the Gulf with more moisture available. Definitely could be a pretty good snowmaker for much of the region. 4 to 6 inches. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some higher amounts. 4 to 6 inches definitely possible across portions of Kentucky into Ohio and Indiana. I do think there's going to be a sharp gradient, though, there to the north of this system. So as you go into northern Indiana up towards the Gary, possibly over towards the South Bend area, maybe only 1 to 2 inches, with probably no snow as we head back into Illinois and portions of Wisconsin and Iowa. One thing for sure, next week it's going to be cold. Tuesday morning behind that first system, we have temperatures surging down, Arctic air surging down from Canada and from the upper plains. Low temperatures Tuesday morning dropping to near zero. Wednesday morning even colder as we have temperatures across most of Indiana, Illinois, and Ohio dropping anywhere between 0 and -10. And finally, we're going to be watching a third system on Wednesday and Thursday. The key with this system is it does look like there will be a strong system somewhere across the United States. A lot of potential for storm development, but it's really hard to get the fine details of this storm pinpointed and forecast until we get these first two storms out of the way, because ultimately they will have a pretty significant impact on where the storm system tracks. I will tell you that it looks like there's a good chance for some accumulating snows across portions of the Ohio Valley, and we'll be monitoring that throughout the week. Finally, the big story is a reinforcing shot of cold air behind that third system, and it looks like we could be looking at record-breaking temperatures across the Ohio Valley by Friday morning. This is our GFS forecast model, and it shows bitterly cold temperatures across the Ohio Valley, -10 to -20 degrees below zero for lows Friday morning, and that does not even begin to factor in wind chills. Of course, that could change. Definitely looks cold this week. Plenty of snow opportunities. So, of course, keep it on IndianaWeatherOnline.com, and we'll keep you posted throughout the weekend. I'm Brandon Redmond with your forecast on IndianaWeatherOnline.com, also on Winchester Star 98.3.